So the US cannot afford to keep this trade war going. But what about India? Can New Delhi absorb the pressure of higher tariffs? And if not, what are the options? Well, right now, India has two paths in front of it. Option one is the diplomatic route. You can continue engaging with the Trump administration, keep the talks going, and try to break the deadlock. Reports say India is still committed to that process, to the negotiations. Behind the scenes, negotiators are drawing up new proposals. India could offer to buy more American goods and try to narrow the trade gap without giving up its own leverage. What could that look like? What kind of proposals can India table? Well, broadly, there are three proposals being discussed. One, stepping up imports of US natural gas. Two, buying more communication equipment. And three, increasing purchases of gold. All three could help ease trade tensions, but only if Washington is willing to compromise too. And right now, that's the unknown. Knowing Donald Trump, he could easily shift the goalposts. He could make new demands. So as of today, this is less likely to succeed unless the US meets India halfway. That's the first option, engaging with Trump. The second option is to secure new trade partners. You see, America was not the only country that India was talking to. There are more deals in the pipeline. Like with the European Union, New Delhi has been actively negotiating with Brussels. Talks are on with other countries as well, like New Zealand, Chile, Oman, Qatar, and existing trade arrangements can also be expanded. As of this month, India has 13 active free trade agreements with various countries and some regions. The impasse with the US may speed up negotiations with other partners. So India is not out of options. If the goal is to strike more trade deals, India has other options. But if India wants to build long-term resilience and shield its economy from trade shocks like this one, then we have to look at the third way, one that does not need a trade deal. India could leverage its own economy, and on this front, India does have a range of options. It could promote manufacturing. And here, it stands to benefit from its PLI scheme, the production-linked incentives, the PLI scheme, which was launched in 2020 for smartphone manufacturing. It's been 5 years, and the scheme has delivered. Smartphone production in India has become cheaper. This has allowed manufacturers to absorb some of the shocks of higher tariffs and costs. But you see, these incentives were valid only for 5 years. Companies like Samsung benefited from them. But now their exports from India have declined since the incentives have run out. So the government could consider extending this scheme so that manufacturers can continue growing their businesses at home. Expanding production can create jobs and help companies from India stay competitive in overseas markets. At the same time, extending a stimulus at home could also help. It could boost demand. Goods meant for export could be diverted to the domestic market. In fact, China did that. When demand for Chinese exports declined this year, Beijing offered subsidies to its citizens. They could purchase stuff like cars and appliances at cheaper rates. Now, while the Chinese economy still has not fully recovered, these measures did help ease the tariff shocks to a large extent. The point we're making is quite simple. Every crisis brings a chance to reset, and this could be India's moment to push for change if it plays its cards right.